Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hello. Hello. Sorry, I gotta make sure one setting's right over here. One day I'll learn how to start a stream for real. But today is clearly not that day. Hmm? Boom. Boom. Okay, that's good. Stuff's happening. Things are happening over there. Cool. Whew. Hi. Ugh. Yeah, that's a good, seems like a good thing to block. Yeah, I like that. Good call, good call, good call. How's everyone doing? Hello, welcome. I feel like I'm really close to the camera. Sorry, let me back up a little bit. Ugh. Oh, that's why. There we go, that's a little better. How's it going? How's life? Did it make noise? Did the notification pop? Did it make noise? Did it do the thing? Green, thank you so much for the 35 months. That is almost 3 years. Almost 3 years of support. It worked this time? Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear it's working. Because I don't hear the notifications right now. So if it's working on your end, it's not working on mine. So that's exciting. But we're just going to make the most of it. So what can you do? Lost, hello. Hope you're doing well. Green, thank you again. I hope you're doing well. Lost, you were the first one here. Green King, hello to you. Chill. Hello, welcome, welcome in. Nirvana, I have no idea what you wrote, but I hope you're doing well. Juicy, hello, good to see you. Chubb, hello to you as well. I must be like internally on fire. My lenses keep fogging. Do y'all have that happen sometime? Someone's just late enough to avoid a raid. Ah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm never on time. Okay, never on time. That's for certain. Let's fix this camera situation. This is not. It's like not quite centered, and it's just gonna worry me until I fix it. Okay, that's gonna be a little more centered. There we go. Had a bad storm again? Shub, you need to be careful. There's noise. Oh, you're talking about that, yeah. Did you survive the bad storm? Is everything okay? A fish? You a fish? I'm a fish, you a fish, one fish, two fish, red fish, green fish? I don't know, how does it go? Last week of the semester, so many assignments. Yeah, it is that time of year, isn't it? Got final projects, final exams, all these things. Hey, just, you know, focus, do your best, you'll be fine. Not a problem. Missed walkabout? I had work today, Green, I'm so sorry. I couldn't make it, but I hope you all had a good time. I really hope you had a good time. At some point I'll catch you, so. Yeah, it just fogs up a little bit. I must be just running a little hotter, like ambient temperature wise. It makes sense. I was like rushing over. I was a couple minutes late. I'm so sorry. I was work late. You know how it is. And I was like, do I just cancel? I was like, no, I've done that so much. We're going to just run and be sweaty for stream. And then we're going to just have stream anyway. And, yeah. And I was going to try streaming out of a new world, but as soon as I hit go live, my computer was like, this one isn't the one to stream out of. So I had to quickly change worlds. But anyway. The storm lost? You're still standing after all this time? There's an Elton John song like that, isn't there? I think. I don't know. Actually, you know what? No, I won't do that. I won't do that. I was about to change up my playlist, but you would know? What does that mean? Where's my cup? What do you mean I would know? There it is. I would know. I feel like there's like thinly veiled sarcasm in that you would know. I do love Elton John. It's so good. Battleship, how's it going? Good to see you. How are you today? I am doing great. How are you? How's life? It's been a while since we've crossed paths. I feel like it's always a while because, you know, I stream like once a month, but that's my bad. But I hope life's been treating you well. Elton Johan. I do love Elton Johan. I brought a glow stick so we could see. I'm gonna be honest with you all. The stream is like, also, is that Hotch? Hotch coming in with a boo, boo. Hotch, thank you for the 43 months. 43. That is wild. Yeah, you're up there. You've got the first. You got one of the founder tokens. So, okay, yep. There's gonna be boos that I can't hear either. I can see that you clicked it. I assume you all can hear them, but it's not giving me the feedback. One day I'll have a stream where everything works the way it's supposed to. Today is not that day. Today is not that day. And I'm pretty sure that means that I can't even... I'll try to monitor like OBS passively over there. I'll put a window over there to see if I can see it, but... You can't hear other people's boos? No boo was heard? Okay, don't hit the boos. They're broken. Refunds? Ah, you don't get them. No refunds. The yellow box still pops. It still says boo. So no refund. No, this is a no refund stream. That means there's no sense hitting any of the redeems. I don't feel like disabling them. Don't hit them. They don't work. They're broken. They're broken. That tracks. That's because the audio is not working, and the way you all hear it is if I hear it. So, yep. Oh, you know what? I might be able to fix that. Hold on. Now that I think about it, there may be a way to fix. Because I source monitor that, right? So if I... Okay, just hold on. Don't hit it yet. It's not going to work if you hit it right now. All right. If I go to... I'm going to have to remember to change this next time, though, or else it will duplicate, I think. But, all right. If we go to this and we do a monitor and output, will someone do a sample boo to see if that works? It may work. I don't know. Hey, Marshall, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, wherever it is, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. Mix all those together, and I hope that that's going well. Yeah, I don't think anything's working right now, so I don't know. Does someone want to try? Does somebody want to try hitting a boo one more time to see if y'all can hear it? I won't be able to hear it, but you might be able to. So, oh, that's a cute emote.
Boo! 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 I say boo!
Fluffy, hello. Did it work?
Boo!
Let me know.
Boo! I say
Can
boo!
y'all at least hear that now? Or is it still a no? I don't owe any points. Does chat wash their rice? So, interesting question. Yeah, lots of yeah, okay, so y'all can hear it. If I don't remember to switch that, then it'll be duplicated next time I stream. So hopefully I remember. So at least you can hear it. I still don't hear it. But anyway, at least your points will be working again. Gonna be point broken? For sure. Yeah. Juicy asked if we wash rice. Juicy, where's this question coming from before we just all plunge into the depths of a question about whether or not we wash our rice? Because it feels like a very specific question. I wonder if you had a recent life experience that's brought you to this question or what's going on with it. So let me know. Just lots of boos. Just booing away. Hey, Victor, how's it going? Good to see you. If you don't wash your rice, you're a barbarian. Yeah, well, we got to figure out what the source of the question is before we start, going in hard on this, okay? There's two parts to what we're doing. Gathering data, okay. I think you can do a poll, can't you? Can't you start polls as a mod? You can really figure this out. You can really gather some real data. First teaser trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I haven't engaged with any of the FNAF stuff. How was the teaser trailer? I assume it was good and you're excited about it? Speaking of, eventually tonight, we're definitely going to spend a little time talking, and think I can close this now. We're definitely going to spend a little bit of time talking about the Nintendo Direct. So if that's not your cup of tea, I'm sorry. It's on my mind. And there's been all kinds of, like, depending on which community I look at, there's, like, very mixed feelings about it. So I'm just curious. I'm looking forward to talking about it. So it's all about how you cook your cheese fish. Yeah, from that world. Maybe we'll end the night there and do a little bit of fishing, show it off. A lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. You're on mobile? Got you. Do you butter your rice? White rice, yes. Yeah, I mean, so I wash mine. Supposedly you're supposed to like get a rice colander and wash it until the water that comes out is running clear. And once it's running clear, then it's good to go. The reason that you're supposed to wash your rice, that my understanding is that it removes some of that like sticky starchiness that causes it to really clump together really badly. You know what I mean? I think that's the main reason. So I do eat it raw. That's the only way. It'll be in theaters December 5th. Is that stuff scary? I know like all the videos I see of it are like jump scares and stuff. Is that what it actually is in lore, or is that what people have changed it into? I eat tape? Only tapeworms. Eat a tapeworm. Raw rice and then a slab of butter. Just cut pats of butter, have them like on a platter. Like, I'll have a little rice and just little pat of butter. Sure, why not? Scotch tape? No, I don't eat Scotch tape. Painter's tape. Because I like the color blue. That is the lore. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Chilling tonight. How about yourself? Sorry, I missed that earlier. There's a sea of things about rice and I got distracted. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Victor. No complaints. Just finished with work a little while ago, so I was running a few minutes behind, but you know, we got here. And I'll be honest, I'm just not in the mood to play a game. I know that we usually reserve our like just chatting style streams just for Tuesdays, but I'm not in a gaming headspace lately. I was just, ugh. And I thought about, I keep talking about this. We're getting closer and closer. I almost pulled the trigger tonight on this idea, to be specific. I keep talking about maybe doing like a D&D prep stream, and I got a lot of D&D that I've been prepping like in the background. I was like, why don't I just pull up like a screen share, throw the VTuber down here, and we just talk about some stuff that I'm working on and like what I do and what my setup is, and we're gonna get there. I'm gonna start doing it soon. I can feel it. I'm on the cusp. But I don't know. I was just looking for something more casual, so I'm like, I'll just run my mouth. Let you all run your fingers? I guess you're not running your mouth because I don't actually hear you. And now I definitely can't. I don't even hear the boos. Half horror movie, half kids movie. So all horror movie then. Yeah, I don't know if that's for me. Flex tape? Nah. With this flex tape, you can seal the entire boat. Green painter's tape? Is that a thing? I've only ever seen the blue. Oh, you're taking... Oh, yeah, green. Sorry, we taking your tape. I do not want to see any more of your scary avatar, Screen King. No. That spider was unsettling. It's the kind of spider that I could see like running out of this darkness and just attacking. Just out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? It will be terrifying. Every new Avatar movie? Like which Avatar? Sorry, there's like The Last Airbender. There's the one with like the blue beings that connect with the things that fly. There's a ton of Avatar stuff. Enjoying the day off? Glad to hear it. I wish I had been enjoying a day off like you. I'm a little envious of your position, but I'm glad that you got it. I feel like it was probably needed. None of us rest enough, you know? Already in the darkness. You could be. You could be. Let me check. Nope. All my settings are locked down. You can't be here. Unless you have some sort of fascinating mod powers in VR that I don't know about, which is possible. I'll never underestimate you, but... What if it was a female spider that was half human, half spider? Isn't there like a... That's just a spider from Charlotte's Web, isn't it? Or something? I think that's like the Charlotte's Web spider. You don't know what I'm talking about? Or is that... like that media might be outside of... Never do. We just sit here and watch you like ramble and be confused for a few hours twice a month, and then we go home. It's like, how many more times can he do this before he just totally loses it? Y'all have like a pool, like y'all are betting. Oh my gosh.
Boo.
Boo. At least you all can hear them.
Boo.
I can't. I see the words Battleship redeemed boo. But yeah. How's it going, Pat? Good to see you. What's up? Nothing much. Just got off work a little late today, and I was like, you know what? Instead of canceling stream, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna start a few minutes late, but that's okay. We'll still have a good time. I'm excited. There's a couple things on the back burner stream-wise. I can't remember if I mentioned it on Tuesday or not, but I'm working with a friend to redesign our sub badges. Because let's be real, currently, so like Juicy is a great example. Juicy's name is in chat right now. Juicy has a sub badge that shows a D20 with the roll of a 24. That doesn't make sense. That's mathematically no, that's not how. Even maybe with modifiers, okay, maybe. But there's also like a 36, and I mean there's So the problem with the D100 is that's 2 dice. That's 2 dice, right? That wouldn't I don't know. That would be difficult to pull off. So we're redesigning the sub badges, and they're kind of like in the planning phase. So I'm working on that. That's pretty cool. I'm excited because we've had the same sub badges for most of the time that I've streamed. So I'm excited to see those kind of shaken up just a bit. It'll still keep with the TTRPG theme though, or the dice theme. Don't worry, that's here to stay. Some Animal Crossing. Ooh. Also, Iconic. Good morning. Hello, hello. Good to see you again. 2 D50s, 5 D20s. This is all good feedback. I'm taking notes and taking your ideas into consideration. How about Majin Buu? Wait, what about Majin Buu? Just have Majin Buu as a sub badge? 10d10. I don't know if that would do it or not. Also, Draken, how's it going? Good to see you again. It's been a little while. I hope life is treating you well. Yeah, I don't know if the like 18 pixels that we have to work with on the screen are gonna look great as 200 D halves. I don't know. I can see your vision. I just don't know if your vision is what we're looking for. Do you know what I mean? We're not there yet. We got a few more days, Victor. There's a few more days. We're not there yet. And then, like I said, we're slowly bringing back some of the redeems. Of course, today I can't hear any of it, so that's cool. But we're slowly bringing back some of the redeems, and I'm going to continue trying to script some new stuff, replace some of the old stuff, get the Nanachi kind of like in the old videos, and pull out the old avatar, because I know it seemed like folks were missing it, enjoying it, and after reflecting on it, I too was missing it a bit, and it kind of gave, it just gave some like unique flavor and opportunity for you all to use your channel points. So I'm excited to see those things coming back. after reflecting on it. For a while, I was resistant to it, admittedly, but that's okay. Just make all my sub badges different QR codes that link to. That would be kind of funny. Like it's a sub it's a QR code that links to. This is what the sub badge would look like if it was bigger. I don't want all that stress. The Nerf gun avatar was fun. I liked how it bounced off the wall. Pop, 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 pop. I see you're still using the highlighted Uwu's Nirvana. Draken's been doing great. Glad to hear it. Sorry, I'm bouncing around chat a lot. How have you been? I've been pretty good. Yeah, I've been. Well, to be honest, yesterday so Tuesday was great. And then, no, wait, I'm getting this backwards. Like Monday, because of the times that I'm awake, this is complicated. Monday night into Tuesday morning was great, and then I slept. And then Tuesday night into Wednesday morning was kind of not great. And then I slept, and then today has been great again, like Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So, I don't know. It's hard to conceptualize it. 2 days ago was great. Yesterday was poop. Today's been great. But I'm really excited. Okay, I'm really excited about a couple things. On the D&D side, since I'm going to stop resisting talking about it because I just enjoy it too much. So, on the D&D side, So I finished the scheduling process for like the session zeros. We got everyone on the same page. So the new Curse of Strahd table, we have a start date, and we've got figured out like frequency, how often we're going to meet, what times we're available, all that. So that's really cool because scheduling is the hardest part of bringing any TTRPG table together. Then after that, I'm running for those of you who are familiar with 5th edition, the starter box, like Lost Mine of Phandelver. I'm running one of those, but I'm borrowing from Brett Ultimus and the World of I.O., the hardcore rule set. I've sort of pulled and modified. So I'm running a hardcore table of that with a group of experienced players. Really excited to do that one. I still have an ongoing Shattered Obelisk table, and then I'm doing a homebrew one-shot with a group of friends. So I've got like 4 different tables that are kind of in progress, which makes me very happy. Because when I don't know what to do, I can always sit down and prep D&D, and I enjoy prepping. The minigun, the huge Roomba, it's true. There was a lot of stuff there. Oh, pretty cool Battleship. Yeah, I don't really follow a lot of like film stuff, so I haven't gotten most of the film references you've made, but it sounds like another like another Marvel Disney thing, and I know that people enjoy those. I got burnt out on the MCU after what was the last thing I saw? Civil War. That was the last thing I saw, and I was like, So, yeah, I don't follow the MCU very much, to be honest. The superhero genre is a little worn out for me at this point. But, I mean, I also just don't do a lot with television, so. You have a pic of me bald. That was just because you couldn't see all the things because it wasn't fully Quest compatible, so you couldn't see the hair. I'm not bald. Yeah, I hope so. I always hope that movies are successful and that people enjoy them. Like I said, it's just, I don't follow it very closely. So, how about that Nintendo Direct? Anybody watch it? Talking about things that I did actually make time to watch. I do not normally watch Nintendo Directs, but I watched this one. A little over an hour, right? Yeah, Victor, I'm kind of just, I don't know. I'm not super
Boo.
Not super. Thanks for
say
appreciate the boo. How's it going? Also, full disclosure, I can't hear the boos. You all can hear them, but I can't hear them. So if I miss one of your boos or something, I think I missed one from Battleship. Perhaps I'm sorry if I missed it. I don't hear them. So, but you all can hear them. But I currently do not hear them. So, what's a Nintendo Direct? It's where Nintendo does its announcements about like upcoming games or consoles or all that sort of stuff. It's yeah. Bring back an actor that you can't say. Space avatars, they were cute. Yep. Idea for a new YouTube series, long form chat show. Gonna be called Chats with Pads. Oh yeah, Pads Chats. Could be good. Could be good. Only espresso? Do you like espresso? Okay, so fun time. Thanks for the follow. Hello, welcome in. I hope that you're having a wonderful insert time of day. Also, if you ever see, that was my ring finger. Sorry. Sometimes when I make a fist, the ring finger doesn't track down. You will see that. I'm not flipping you all off. I promise. It was the ring finger. But yes, I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just say it. I'll throw it out there because everyone in my life who was like not chronically online, they saw the Nintendo Direct and they were like, "That looks so cool. What a useful console. What a reasonable price point. What a like." All the people, because I'm at that age where I have a large percentage of my friends are not chronically online, right? Like, you know, they go to work and like take care of their family and like go to their kids' like sports games and, you know, they do like adult stuff, right? All those people are like, yeah, the console seems really cool, reasonably priced, exciting games. I love the backward compatibility. You can game share with like other people. Oh, that's cool. And they're all like, so like, oh, I can't wait. And then all of my online communities are like, this thing sucks. Why does it cost this much? I'm like, the dichotomy of entirely based on whether they're chronically online or not it's just been such a fascinating observation. Really enjoyed it. I don't flip off chat flow. I don't. Drinking some now, pure caffeine. The not Bloodborne 2 sequel. Oh yeah, because that was the first announcement of that game, right? I forgot what it was called, but yeah. Yeah, Green King, that's a great world. I love that retro world. Online at all moments. Oof. I'm sorry. Hey, how's it going, Lost? Hope you're doing well. No worries. I'm sure we'll be catching up soon. I'm not flipping anyone off. I don't know. It was just interesting. I was just curious because I'm a curious person. I was crunching some of the numbers through like inflation calculators and things, and like the prices are like lower. Like if you take into account like inflation, the price of the Switch 2 is lower than the price of the Switch 1. Which is cool. You know, I mean, I never want to pay more for something. No one wants to be like, yeah, here's more money for like something. But I mean, accounting for inflation, it's like reasonably priced, lower than the other consoles, has some interesting features. I don't know. And for me, Nintendo first party are always some of my favorite games. As a aging gamer. I gotta go. I'll be back in a bit. No worries, Green King. You take care. Not that. Economic inflation Lost. Yeah, Duskbloods. The trailer looked cool, but I'll have to see a lot more before I get excited about it. But the trailer did look cool. Packing, very nice. Got a big trip. No. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. This is another example. Only do I need to specify with the chronically online crowd. I say as a fellow chronically online person. Yeah, Pat, it would be a lot of fun. We'd have, as always, we'd have to like find the complications. Always the scheduling, but yeah, I'd be interested once you get like an idea of what you're doing with it and everything, and we can try and schedule something, and it would be great. It'd be a lot of fun. Maybe we can even do like a co-op thing where we each bring different topics and kind of like cross. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll do something cool. Dascast. No, this is the Patcast. Talk louder? Flo, you could just turn the music down a bit. That's also a very I'm not gonna start shouting. A lot of people show up here and fall asleep, you know, because they're like, oh, I'm struggling I'm struggling sleeping tonight. I know someone who can put me to sleep in no time. daspra stream. That's what I'm for. That's why I have the late night hours. Talk people to sleep. It's like when you used to be in math class, you know, and you're like nodding. I had that same effect. More convenient. No, I can't be any louder. This is full volume. This is maximum setting. Whoa. Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely we'll get it figured out for sure. Vicky, hello. How are you? This is maximum DAS. It's true. Excited to see the new Fantastic Four movie. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I realize that I'm the exception to the rule when it comes to this. Like, clearly, when you look at the numbers and you look at like the success of the franchise, it is clear that my opinion is in the minority. So yeah, it makes a ton of money. Disney's gonna keep milking that cash cow until there is nothing left to give. That is what they're gonna do. So they will continue pumping out content as long as people are consuming it, and hopefully it's good content. But it's just, I don't know. It got to a point. It is very like, sit down and just you don't have to think, right? Like, you just watch. There's like a problem, some people are gonna fight, and then the problem's gonna be solved. And that's kind of like a formula that you can apply to most of the MCU stuff, at least to me. And like there's cool effects and there's graphics and sound and great actors and all that is true. Good story writing for some parts, but it still is like, I'm never like surprised by a plot twist. I'm not like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I'm like, oh yeah. And I like I'm at a point where like I like a story that's gonna like twist on me and where my mind is blown. Like recently, okay, I'm done playing with the focus. Sorry. Recently, I was watching on Apple TV. I was watching Severance, which is like the opposite of a Marvel movie. It's, I don't know, but Severance has been. Every time I'm watching an episode, I'm like, I did not see that coming. I had no idea what was going to happen. It keeps like twisting my mind around, and I like stuff like that where I have to think about it and try to follow it and engage with it. So yeah, but everyone has their preferences. Guess I should actually, yeah, you should actually leave instead of accidentally falling asleep watching my stream again, because like I said, me getting on my soapbox, everyone's just gonna fall asleep. Yeah. Souls-like game. I haven't, I never really got into those either. I'm really just not into the things that people are into. I'm just weird, yo. I'm weird. Oh, I made a mistake. Hold on, I gotta switch something over here. Wait, where did it go? That's not supposed to be like that. There we go. Sorry. Sometimes you have to walk to the computer and adjust things. We're all weird here. Lost, I am calling you weird, but not for those reasons. I'm just calling you weird because you and I have spent enough time together that I know you well enough that I can actually call you weird. Yeah, Vicky, I was trying to measure the waters here about the Switch 2, but it didn't seem like folks were really following it very closely, so I don't know. I'm excited. And I was talking about sort of the differences between my in-person, like IRL friend groups that aren't chronically online. They're all very excited. They're like, this is such a good deal. Financially, it makes sense. It's backward compatibility. I can use my current Pro controller for it. Holy crap. Like the physical hardware, the digital, it all works. They're all super excited. And then all my like chronically online communities are like, it's not great for these reasons. And I'm like, whoo. It's the sociologists who like really talk about like the echo chamber effect and how eventually like when people are constantly in groups and they aren't like challenging their preconceived notions and their perceptions, how they just end up like regurgitating a lot of the stuff that they just read because like, yeah, I don't know. Part of me wonders if we as a society have like lost our critical eye. And I'm not saying our negative eye, I mean like our critical eye, our ability to like think independently and arrive at our own conclusions. Without just like, okay, because half the time this is what happens. I'll ask someone like, why do you have this opinion? You're like, oh, this YouTuber that reviews everything I watch, who I just trust, said it. And I'm like, oh. So it is, yes, it is, and it can output 4K. It's incredible. How's it going, Sydney? It's good to see you. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if the Pokemon commercial is working right now, Sydney. The audio isn't working on my redeems. But I can try to play it, but I don't know if it's going to work. Hold on. Since you redeemed it, though, I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Let's see if I can make the Pokemon commercial work. BRB for a Pokemon battle commercial break. Well, seems like I did not, once again, didn't survive. Did you all even hear it? I could not tell. I couldn't hear a thing, but it looked like it was transmitting audio. So I hope you heard it. Thank you for redeeming the Pokemon battle. By the way, shout out Hotch, who was here earlier, for redesigning the sprite so that it's actually the Nanachi now, which is so adorable. It is such a good. He was like, which style? Hotch was like, which style do you want? You know, do you want like the gold silver style, or do you want something more? Because that depends on how much of a color palette he gets to work with and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'll keep it the way you did. Like the more retro, the better, right? I love it. And he designed the new Twitch opponent, like the Twitch chat thing that's on the other side, like that sprite. He designed that. That's all custom. I was like, whoa, this looks so good. So, but yeah. Hope you're doing well, Sydney. Good to see you. I don't want to talk louder. No, I can't. This is max. We said this is maximum daspra. It worked. Thanks, Vicky. I always lose. Yeah, the battle. I mean, the battle is rigged. How do you have Hyper Beam at level 5? I think chat is cheating. Going through a thunderstorm and lost power? Oh no, be safe. Are you on your phone? Don't drain your phone battery to be at stream. Save it for like, you know, emergency flashlight or calls or checking the forecast. If you if you're without power, just be safe. Hang out with family. Get like a board game or some playing cards. Or my favorite thing to do, if I think I'm gonna lose power, I love to like get like my little oil lamp, grab a book, and I charge one of my like Bluetooth speakers, and I'll just play like a little bit of, just like quiet music in the dark, and just run this little oil lamp, and I'll just read. And sometimes I don't even notice when the powers come back. I'll just be reading. I'll just be so into the book, and then I'll look up and I'm like, oh, the power is back. Mm-hmm. Y'all are more powerful? Oh yeah, for sure. Chat beats me every time, but who knows? Maybe that won't always be the story. Maybe one day someone will hit redeem Pokemon battle, and the tables will be turned. No promises. Wait, which game series, Pat? Not hack with your iPod. You can't hack Pokemon. Come on. I didn't realize, so as you all know, I stopped playing Pokemon games after like Gen 4, and I didn't realize that there's like a mystery trade feature in later generations where like I guess you can take a Pokemon and just like trade it off and to like over the internet, and you just get a mystery back. Someone was telling me about that, and I was like, that is so much fun. There was one of my IRL friends was describing this to me, and he said that he would make it a game like before like Nuzlocke and things were popular and all that. He would just go in and like take his starting team. He would keep his starter, like the starter Pokemon, but everything else that he had collected up until he could do a mystery trade, he would catch all those things, and then he would mystery trade all of them away and then play with whatever team he got back. I was like, that's so cool. What a fun way to like add some spice to the Pokemon franchise, which sometimes I think has been accused of a bit of stagnation. So on the phone, it's at 85%. Charged it before the storm. Well, I mean, live streams will burn that battery quick, so make sure that you stay safe. Stay safe. I always love for you to be here, but I don't want you to lose your phone if there's an emergency. Chat's a legendary. Like up there with like Mewtwo and Articuno and Zapdos, Moltres, Lucario. Those are all the legendaries I remember. Was there like a Jirachi? Wasn't that a legendary, or was that a mythic? I don't remember. Your house has a battery? Like, your entire house has a battery backup? Always a reserve 10% charge, at least to run lights and fridges and stuff. Interesting. Oh, Lugia, not Lucario, sorry. I may have said Lucario. I get it all mixed up. I'm not super into the Pokemon lore, to be honest. I didn't realize that houses could have backup batteries built into them. I know people get like the what is it? I know like Jackery is a name brand that does these like backup batteries, and they sell solar panels, so you can like go out and actually charge this massive battery and like run. I'm familiar with like that style, but that's much more like mobile. You can move it around but 3 kilowatt solar. A 3 kilowatt solar panel, and they charge up during the day. That's incredible. No, I don't think that's what I was thinking of. I don't know. Solar with battery backup as well. Huh. That's cool. The Tex Murphy series. See, I don't know this series either, Pat. I'm sorry. I feel like I have every connection point that people have reached out for today and been like, hey, I want to talk about this. I'm like, I don't know anything about that. I am doing a great job engaging with everyone. Yeah, I knew that Ho-Oh was. Yeah, Flo, first episode of the anime, right? Like the very first episode. because he goes into Professor Oak's laboratory and he's pointing. He's like, I saw that Pokemon. And Oak's like, did you? I don't know. I'm Oak, the Pokemon professor. Send me a muck. That's pretty cool. See, technology's so cool. Solar panels, battery backups, all that stuff. Good thing we've invested in like invested a lot of funding into alternative energy and like eco energy production. That way we can do cool things like have battery backups when the power is out from solar generation, et cetera, et cetera. What a good quality of life improvement. Yeah, I was gonna say that is the trick. It is very dependent on how much sun you get, I imagine. There are some places on the planet where perhaps that would not be the most reliable battery backup system. I've always been curious about geothermal, but I suspect that it's hard to regulate because of like tectonic activity. But I bet geothermal feels like such a unexplored energy production method. Taxes on the sun? Can you be more specific, Flo? How are there taxes on the sun? Oh, PC games from the 90s. I enjoy when they start bringing those PC games forward. The problem is always compatibility. Unless if they just port, right? If they just like port a game from an old disc and move it over to PC, a lot of times I find that there's compatibility issues with operating systems, and you have to spend so much time, running compatibility for Windows XP and change it to 256 color and run as administrator. And it's like, those can be a hassle. But if they do like a slight remaster where they just pull it up to compatibility with modern operating system, then those are amazing. Those experiences are great. But I'm always hesitant to buy like a 1990s era game on Steam. I'll go through and read the game guides first and just be like, okay, is this easy to do or is this outside of my technical expertise to make this run? Yeah, I figured it was really expensive to set up because you have to like drill it safely to a point where you can get to the heat sources, and then you have to make sure it's in an area that's regulated and doesn't have a ton of like, when I say regulated, I mean like regulated in terms of like tectonic activity. You don't want to like be drilling down to the core like near a fault, right? That's a recipe for disaster. Yep. Ground firmness. All of them have complications. Just like hydroelectric. Hydroelectric is phenomenal. Got to be near a river that you can safely dam up and that it isn't an ecological disaster. So many of our early dams were built with like without any regard to what would happen to like the fish and the wildlife and the ecosystem. All of the and there's been like clear positives of those dams existing. Tons of innovation and early industrialization in the United States, all really centered around areas where they were able to dam rivers, but also significant losses to like salmon populations and other fish. A lot to consider. Yeah, you'd have to go really deep if you didn't have any volcanic activity. Yeah, like a nice hot spring area. Get a little siphon a little of that heat. Sounds good, Sydney. Yeah, like I said, I've been advocating the whole time. You should. There will always be another stream, so please, I want you to go be safe. Save your battery in case you're without power for a while. A live stream is going to eat up your battery, so you take care. You be safe. Hunker down. Grab a bottle of water, grab a book, grab a blankie, and ride the storm out. Be safe. And if that tornado comes through, go to like the bottom floor of whatever building, whatever structure you're in. Stay away from windows. If you have a basement, go there. Be safe. Do the things. Do the head cover method. You know the drill. But you be safe. I didn't mean to do that. It's okay though. Okay, so they've put a tax system in. They don't use is recycled back to the network and lowers the consumption for the block they're in. The government was not amused, so they put in a mandatory pay for using it must comply. This is, yeah, I'm not familiar with what you're describing, so I don't really know, but that's interesting. Because, like, I've always heard that people get, like, getting tax breaks and tax credits for implementing that sort of a thing. So if they're actually, it's like, well, because you're cutting into, okay, well, here's a question. Well, that wouldn't even make sense. Is your energy network nationalized, or is it handled by private corporation? So if someone has solar panels and they're selling it back, is it cutting into private profit? Or it's a national, so your energy network is nationalized and they're, what a fascinating way to, yeah. I don't know. I'm not from your country, so I won't presume to give insight into your processes and what's happening, but that is curious. I will just say that's curious. Yeah, you be safe, Sydney. Goodbye. Yeah, Vicky, up until, I'm sure that's done now, but up until recently, in some parts of the United States, like if you gave energy, like if you were transmitting energy back from overproduction, yeah, you would be given like tax breaks and incentives and stuff off your bill. I suspect that those policies are being reevaluated, but you know, it was still cool. Real actors in front of a green screen detective sci-fi games. Pat, when you say like a real actor in front of a green screen within like within the system, did you ever play any of the early like Command and Conquer, Red Alert sort of games where there was like real actors up there as well? Is it kind of like that style? But I mean, clearly not a strategy game because it's a detective-based game. But that idea with like the voice acting and the actor being present and everything. Yeah. I mean, it varies by state laws, but there were federal incentives to states for having that legislation. I'm sure that the federal side is being reevaluated. Your confusion is the point. See, we've already had the Pokemon battle flow, so I don't need to be in a state of confusion again. If I'm perpetually in a state of confusion, I'm just gonna keep hurting myself in confusion, and then I'm gonna be hyper beamed and lying unconscious on the ground again. Yeah, and I don't know either. I'm not like a federal legislative expert. I'm a bunny on the internet, so always like I was saying earlier. Look at that ring finger. Come on. There we go. Like I was saying earlier, the most important thing, is that people always do their own research. Don't listen to me. I don't know any better than anyone else. Don't listen to your echo chambers, your Facebook groups, your Discord servers, your YouTuber. Go do your homework. I'm not flipping off chat. It's just my ring finger gets really excited, you know? Y'all are subsidizing the batteries for the solar network as the. Yeah. Man, life's just different depending on where you are on the planet these days. Lost, when they give you back the 1 cent, is it a just like a cent off of your bill, like a cent reduction, or do they actually, if you like were to completely overproduce to the point that your bill netted out to positive in your favor because of how much you were producing, would they send you a check, or would they just be like, oh well, you just $0 this month, congratulations? Yeah, Vicky, I think in much the way, okay, this is one of the things that I always like to tell folks. And this isn't in response to your comment, Vicky. Your comment just has me thinking. Diversifying anything is always a good idea. If you're solely dependent on one thing for any purpose, that's not good. For example, right? For example, if all of your income and your entire life comes from one source, that's really risky. Because if you were to lose that source of income, let's say your job, if you lost your job, now all of a sudden you are without income, right? I think that's a sensible example. Your favorite content creators, right? Maybe you're really into I don't know, Fortnite, and you enjoy watching Fortnite strat videos. If you only have one content creator that you consume all your content from, right? Let's say that something happens and they stop producing. Now you have zero content, but by connecting with multiple content creators, you have diversified so that if one stops or if one takes a break, you're still getting your news and your updates. Diversify. I think the same thing is true for like countries and the world. You know, we depend on electricity and energy, right? It is a good thing to diversify how we get it. Doubling down on one production method, that's a recipe for disaster. Because if there's some like cataclysmic reason that suddenly we can't produce that way anymore, the folks who are diversified will adapt more easily to an alternative production method and have less of a hiccup in their like transition than those that like completely doubled down on one method. Diversification, always a positive, always. But anyway, my ramblings. It's just a credit in your account, so you don't actually ever get the money given. Okay. Similar ideas? Okay, yeah. I figured that's what you were getting at, Pat, and I was like trying to think of an example where I could have a similar experience, and Command & Conquer was that for me. The Red Alert series. I think Tim Curry was in there, right? That's why we didn't have a battery. Yeah, that makes sense. If you don't have a lot of outages, then yeah, that would be a big investment for not a lot of benefit. But for places where outages are a lot more common, you know, that battery backup could really make a big difference. Especially for things like, if you're really cautious with what you do, like if you realize that you're on your battery and you cycle off like your hot water heater and, you know, turn off any unnecessary electronics, and you're more mindful with like your temperature regulation of your house in the interest of like protecting, for example, your refrigerated goods or like your freezer, or, you know, I imagine that you could really go a long time off of that 10% battery if you were like energy conscientious. Going back to our rave party. Flo, thanks for the interesting conversation topic. That was a lot of fun. Take care. Bye, Flo. You can operate conservatively for 3 months off of your battery. That is wild. How big are these batteries? Are they just like built into the foundations of the homes now? Or are they like... Or has battery technology just moved that far? Sorry, I bet there... Some people are like clicking on the stream and they're like... They're talking about batteries. Ugh. I'm sorry, I am engaged 100%. They just hang on the wall in the garage, huh? You think I'm secretly a lizard man? I mean, I could be. But if I were a lizard man, why would I choose a bunny as my costume? As my disguise? Why would I not choose something different? You don't owe the world a version of yourself that you've outgrown until we meet again. Honestly, solid advice. It's funny that Flo mentions that. I had a really interesting conversation with someone else about that very topic. Timely advice. You are what you eat? Oof. Oof. Oh my gosh. Speaking of you are what you eat, you just unlocked a memory of today that I was trying to forget. Okay. Sorry. Story time. All right. Everyone brace yourselves. I'm going to rant for a bit. In fact, I'm going to rant enough that I'm going to tell the camera to stop following me around so that I'm not just going every which direction. Where is it? Behavior. Follow me. Don't. Okay. So, I keep an unusual schedule. I work nights. I'm awake at night. Those of you, you know, I stream at this time, right? Nighttime. I'm nights. But I have work like in the evening. So I usually have like work like starting sometime after 5 p.m. depending on the day. And I kind of work until like 2 in the morning. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later. It's my schedule is very fluid depending on like the needs of where I work. So it's all, I don't have like a prescribed, you will work this time, you will clock in at this time and clock out at that time. Nah, I wish. That would be lovely. No. I work till the job's done. But anyway. Before I went to bed Wednesday morning, I was going to bed at like 10 or 11 a.m. I knew I would be getting up around like 5 p.m. So I was like, I knew I was gonna be driving past a Firehouse Subs, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put in a sub order on the app, get some points, whatever. I'll get that sub. I'll eat it. It'll be great. I put in my sub order. I go to bed. I wake up. I go get like the work vehicle. I do the work stuff. Driving by the Firehouse Subs in the work vehicle, I'm like, pull over right on time, of course. I'm like, okay, let me get this sub. I've really been looking forward to this. I go walking up. I have the confirmation email already pulled up in case there's a question. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready. I got my app. I got my points. I'm gonna eat a sub. This is gonna be great. And I go up there, and I go to open the door, and it's locked. And there is a paper sign taped to the inside of the door, and it says, "We're sorry for any inconvenience. We're closed today." And so I'm standing at the door. I'm like scrolling my bank account, and I'm like, nope, no refund. I'm looking at the email. Nothing about like your order's been canceled. Nothing. It's just, yeah, your sub will be ready at this time. And I'm just sitting there really wanting a sub, knowing that I'm not getting that sub, knowing that I'm going to have to deal with customer support. And I'm just like, damn. I was so disappointed. I was so frustrated. And I realized that what a simple problem to have, right? But you know what I'm talking about. Just that like that issue of like, now I got to track my bank account to look for a refund, or either I got to go get a store credit. And it's like, oh my God. And I just wanted to eat. I just wanted my sandwich. But anyway, that's what I was going to bitch about. I'm done. And you know what? Maybe there was one person working today and they had a family emergency and they had to go suddenly. I totally get it. Totally get it. Life happens. Scale skin? Nah, no scales anywhere. Why are you scared? Because I'm possibly a lizard, or because I got angry about not getting my sub today? Yeah, Tim Curry's a great actor. Space, yeah, he's great actor. Okay, let me scratch this. I have this thing where whenever I'm wearing my VR headset, my face itches. Doesn't matter. And people are like, oh, you just need to clean it or whatever. It's clean. I've cleaned it. I think it's in my head. I think it is a subconscious thing. It's like, oh, your face itches now. Oh, I don't know. My ears seem pretty rounded. Pretty rounded. So what we've got to figure out now. There will not be a stream this weekend. I have tons of work this weekend. But the main things that I'm working on these days are trying to figure out. I really, I feel like this is like the 8th time I've talked about it, but a lot of times I think through things by talking through them. And so that's true on or off stream. I'm really trying to figure out how to talk about DM prepping. It is where my interest lies right now. My interest is not really tied up in video games anymore. I very rarely am playing. Like, it was to the point. It has been to the point that I'm pretty much just gaming when I stream, and in many ways, I am only. It's not like, oh, let me stream because I'm excited to play a game. It's like, oh, it's Thursday. I need to play a game so I can stream. That's not how you should be approaching it, by the way. That's not that's not how it's supposed to work. So I'm trying to figure out how to insert more of that stuff that I'm really excited about and less of the, oh, it's the day that I always play retro games, so I should play a retro game. Place an order for a local pickup at a big chain liquor store. Whoa. When I got there yesterday evening, there was tape around the entire building and a sign that says building closed by fire marshal. Ooh. Yeah, if the fire marshal closed a liquor store, was that place a ticking time bomb? I wonder how bad it was. You think about that place was just full of alcohol. It's like there's like a sparking electrical wire in there and just all this. Maybe it's a good thing it was closed. Oh, I'm so relieved to hear that Tim Curry's a nice guy in person. Battleship, what is this carrot? What is this carrot? Yeah, and see, Vicky, like, similar, but the opposite. Like, there have been countless weeks over the past years where the only reason I've turned on a game was because I was like, oh, I'm streaming. I need to play a game. Otherwise, I'm like, I'd rather not be playing this game. And I don't want to do that. This is a hobby. Streaming is supposed to be fun, and sometimes I am in the mood for a game, and sometimes I'm in the mood to like work on the D&D table, and sometimes I'm in the mood to sit up here and run my damn mouth and just be like blah 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 blah, you know. And I mean, it's more, I should do the things that are interesting to me, and the folks that are interested along for the ride, and the folks that aren't. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of content creators. They can find the content that's like speaking to them that particular day. So, yeah. Huge warehouse, yeah, massive safety concern. I'm wondering if there was like an electrical issue near alcohol storage. If that's the case, that's terrifying. That's actually terrifying. Still have your wig on? Yeah, I got it styled. It's looking good. Mm-hmm. Every elephant eats endless eggs extruded entirely by emus. Juicy, why are you using so much assonance? That's a word. Assonance. Anyone know assonance? This is a pop quiz. You get an acknowledgement that you know the word. Don't Google it. Everyone that Googled it, close your tabs. If you Google it, I'll know. Thursday yapping is fun. I agree. We may do a little more of this. We may do a little less of this. I don't know. It also got closed. That means it was a serious concern then if they closed like an adjacent office. Yeah. Assonance. ASS. Battleship, thank you for the carrot. Thank you. Carrot. Bum, bum, bum. I don't think anyone knows it. It's okay. For my folks who keep a dictionary nearby, like a physical dictionary, that's 2 extra points. If you have a dictionary nearby. But don't Google it, that's cheating. But a dictionary, that's cool. When I was a kiddo, I got in a competition with a friend of mine. To give you all an idea of the type of kid that I was. We sat down, okay? We sat down one day. We were those 2 kids, we were like always done with our work really early. We were just fast workers. Like some people like to read directions twice and they like to be thoughtful and some folks just kind of like fly through things. We were definitely in the like fly through thing category. Do you know what I mean? So we would just fly through our work and then we would just be sitting there and we got bored and sometimes we'd read books or whatever. I mean, we would do what we could to like fill that time, but you certainly couldn't talk. You know, you had to just sit there quietly and mind your own business. Read your book, which I did enjoy reading, but sometimes you want to do something different. Variety is the spice of life. So, my friend and I came up with this idea. We started, Hudson, thank you so much for the 50 bits. It depends on the day, you know? Barbecue, I read barbecue, sorry. So I read barbecue, my bad. Barbecue depends on the day. Sometimes barbecue, sometimes ranch. Yeah, it depends on the day. I'd misread your message, but thanks for the 50 bits. Look, this is what we came up with, though. We decided that we would create a competition between us. So after we were done with work and we were sitting in the class kind of like waiting for the next activity, you know what I mean? We each had a dictionary at our desk, and we would open it. We started in the A's, and we would write the word, whether it was a noun, verb, adjective, adverb, etc., and then we would write the definition. And then we would go to the next word. We would write it, write the definition. Next word, write it, definition. Next word, write it. So it became a competition. Whoever could write, sorry, that's still the ring finger. Still the ring finger, okay? Whoever could finish their work the fastest, then had the most free time. Then whoever could write the fastest in a legible format and actually get all these definite. And we were flying through the dictionary. We were trying so hard. We never made it out of the A's, but it was fun. That's kind of the kind of kid I was. So anyway. Yeah, thanks for the carrot, Battleship. Sorry, I got on my soapbox again, so let me get caught up. Assonance? I do know it. I have a dictionary. Wait, do you know assonance really? What does assonance mean, Lost? You said you know it, but then you didn't define it for me. But not like not a copy paste definition. I want like a definition. Yeah, Vicky, that's another challenge. How do you make sure that your players don't watch for that session, right? Because they could, if they pop up. I've also, another idea that I've been spitballing for a while, and folks who were here Tuesday, sorry, because this is definitely a repeat conversation topic, but it's because it's been on my mind. I like the idea of like prepping something on stream and then implementing some sort of a system where I DM the adventure that we prep as a community for the community. So like we design something, because what better way to test your creation than for you to run through it yourself as a player? So like we collaboratively build like a combat encounter. Then I implement like a vote system where you all say like, this is the action that we as chat take. And then we like have the encounter, and be it a social encounter, a combat encounter, like an exploration, whatever it may be, like intrigue. And we like build out this adventure through collaborative storytelling, which is the core of TTRPGs, at least to me. I think that would be such a cool concept. Then y'all would build it, you would play it, you would enjoy it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. Well, Green King, it wasn't necessarily that I was like confused. I was just more surprised. I didn't realize that you had never like shared that. And I guess we just hadn't brought it up in conversation. But yeah. Is this Snow World, Hudson? No. This is I always have to look. I don't remember. Sorry. Hold on. This is called That One Place. This is That One Place. Yeah. It's a nice little. It's got some good lighting. Behind me over here, there's like a laptop on the floor, which is a video player for the world. There is a mirror if you're like a mirror dweller, and otherwise it's just kind of... There's like ring lights about that actually put out light for lighting an avatar. There's a comfortable chair, that sort of thing. Very simple, but it's called That One Place. Also, Hayes, how's it going? Hello. Daspra in VRC. I know. Shh, don't tell anyone. It's a secret. It's a secret. I'm in VRC, but don't tell anyone. Shh. How you doing, Hayes? It's not. I'm not flipping you off. I promise. It's the ring finger isn't tracking all the time, and that's why I like to address it. Live for mirror dwelling, time and place for it, for sure. Time and place. Sometimes I will sit in front of a mirror and talk with a good group, but like if I'm on solo, I'm not going to be sitting in front of a mirror. But time and place. It is definitely comfy. It's nice to sit there, but when I'm in VR, I get very active. Like you've probably noticed, because I was curious today. I'm like intentionally having the camera track me. I sway constantly, right? Even just standing still, I'm swaying. The whole time I stream, I'm on my feet. I think a lot of folks think I'm sitting because of the angle, but I stand for the entire stream, so I can walk over and get my cup. I gotta go get Baba, But I'm like very active. I like to hop worlds. I like to move between groups and like check on people, and so sometimes mirror dwelling makes me feel kind of locked in one place. So I'm more likely to do that at the end of the night. Yes, lost. It's a repetition of a vowel sound. So alliteration, a lot of folks know the word alliteration. That is the repetition of consonant sounds in the English language. Assonance is the same, but for vowels. Well done. Maybe someone is controlling my middle finger. Maybe they're just making me flip people off randomly, and I'm like, but it's not I promise it is the ring finger. It never does it when I'm trying to demonstrate. It's only when I'm like dramatically holding my hands up and I'm making a fist. I'm glad I slowed that one down. When I'm making a fist and I'll be like, oh, and then the finger will be up and I'm like, oh man. The big spider was terrifying, okay? Just start lecturing. Actually, the assonance is the repetition of... It tracks, Vicky. I try so hard to not bring... You know, I try hard to like separate aspects of my life, and sometimes they just bleed together, and it's like, what is happening? Maybe I should just embrace it. Standing? Yeah, standing is definitely part of the job. I spend a lot of time on my feet every day. That's why at the end of a VRC night, you'll catch me like sitting with my leg crossed on my couch, and just I'll start getting more stagnant as like the night moves by. That's why I used to stay on my feet the whole night. Now I'll start on my feet and then kind of taper off to that seated position with the crossed leg, holding the cup. Everyone who's met me in VR knows the look. I have like this. I just have this look, and it's like, oh, he's holding his cup. He's sitting on his couch. His arms resting on the back of the couch. It's like, yep, there he is. I have been enjoying VR chat more lately, though. I don't know what's going on. I had really been out of it for a while and barely playing it. And I don't know. I've hit like I would say a second wind, but it's more like an eighth wind. Do you know what I mean? I've used like the second wind feature like 8 times. But yeah, I've hit like an eighth wind with my relationship with VR over the past couple of weeks. Really, it's been nice. Trying too hard? Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah. No, Green King, I don't need that one. I don't need to accidentally pull off one of those. You seen the look? Yep. Real whiskey hours? Exactly. AKA the VR juice hours. Yeah, I don't think we've been on at the same times yet, Vicky, but I've been on the lookout. We're overdue for a night where we're both just relaxing and having a good time. Our time zones definitely make that harder, though. No doubt about that. Really? Green King, what's have you been enjoying it? Afternoon napping? No worries there. Sometimes you gotta get that rest in, you know? I am not anti-nap, but my body is. So what do I mean by that? If I try to sit down and if I try to lie down and take a nap, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna nap for half an hour. I'm gonna set an alarm. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go do stuff. Like I just need like a little boost, you know? If I lay down, if I actually fall asleep, 5 hours later, I will open my eyes and the alarm will be going beep, beep, beep. Like this. Sitting there beeping away. The world will have gone by. I will have missed all of my commitments, you know, and I'm just like, what have I done? So I can't nap. And people are always like, daspra, that means that you are chronically tired. You should sleep more. That's what that means. I'm like, ah. But yeah, I struggle with yeah, I'm not waking up either. Same boat. I really struggle with naps. I love them though. But I don't nap. I end up just sleeping. I still can't believe I misread Triple B as barbecue. That was a moment. It happens though. Anyone have any big weekend plans that they are comfortable sharing? And that doesn't, you know, violate anyone's like privacy or anything? Are you hungry? I would share my Farrah House subs with you, but you know, they were closed. Big weekend plans, but you can't share. Well, are you excited? Are you gonna have a good time? You're on like a secret work trip. That's wild. So they're big plans. You can't share them. They're not exciting. They're work. Man. Well, good luck. I hope it goes well. Speaking of weekend plans, I need to touch up my living space. It's not like terrible, but yeah. It could use a touch up. Bum 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 bum. I don't think there's anything else. That's always the catch-22 of doing like just chatting Tuesday and Thursday, is that often the Tuesday is us all getting caught up about like the last week and things, and there's like an ample, I don't have as many like big things where I'm like, oh, like there's this conversation topic that I'm gonna like work us through and everything, and this is much Thursday just chatting, particularly after a Tuesday just chatting, is gonna be much more just organic, which is fine. I don't mind it at all. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I didn't prepare like 8 topics to bounce between. Playing the game that you've been playing with 2 friends. Wait. You told me, no, did you tell me which game you've been playing? I can't remember. Did we talk about this yesterday or the day before? What's the game? I've forgotten. If you've told me, I've forgotten. It was someone else I was talking to was working through Baldur's Gate. It wasn't that. I don't know. I can't remember. Redfall? I'm not familiar with that one. Okay, so I don't think it was you and I that were talking about playing games with a friend group then. There was someone that I talked through about some of that, but I couldn't remember specifically what. Redfall. What's it about? I don't know it. Sorry, back to Nintendo while you're typing Redfall stuff, because I genuinely don't know and I'm curious. The Mario Kart 24 players, that's going to be wild. Mario Kart is already chaotic at its current player number. Also, did you see, for anyone who watched it, did you see that you'll be able to move through different maps, and there's this free roam exploration of the maps? Like you can load up a map and just like free roam. There it goes. Look at it. Shh. It's like a deer. I told you, if you look too closely, it'll go down. Anyway, you'll be able to free roam drive the map. So you'll be able to like explore, like, okay, these are the shortcuts, and this area is really pretty. And they're adding like a photography mode, so you can like go with your group to like a favorite spot and you can pose and take photos. I'm like, holy crap, they're truly transforming the game into a social experience, which honestly is what I think of when I think of Mario Kart. I was blown away by that. I was like, what a good design choice by Nintendo. Like, that will 100%, that will pay off for the people who are like very passionate about Mario Kart. They will enjoy it. They have to save the island from the vampires who have blotted out the sun. Interesting. Is it a new game or is it older? I haven't heard of it. Redfall. Yeah, the only Red I remember like Red Alert, the Red Alert games from the Command & Conquer series. I remember Red Dead Redemption. I remember Red Faction Guerrilla, like the environmental deconstruction game from, was it on Mars, I think? Red. 3 years old now. Oh, so new by my standards, ancient by the internet standards. Okay. Had a bad launch. That plagues so many games now. That's like, I was shocked. Anyway, I was shocked that even Civ 7, it was not a complete game on release. I was so hopeful because normally the Sid Meier's games, like, they're solid. They're like an anchor. You know what I mean? They come out pretty good. And I think the current technology tree takes you, what, to like the end of World War II? And the game's over? And it's like they're clearly going to do an expansion for like all post-World War II technology. There's going to be like the modern era expansion. And still iffy if the servers want to work. Such a pain. And then like peer-to-peer, then you have to deal with, you know, connectivity issues or latency and all that. Yeah, I wish there was a better solution for all of this. Online gaming is such a treat, but also can be so challenging. Still fun though? Good, good. If it's fun, that's the main thing. If you can get in a game together and have a good time, that's really all that matters. That's like one of the VR games that I love to play is Star Trek Bridge Crew, but you have to go through like the Ubisoft launcher. Even if you own it on Steam, you have to go through the Ubisoft, and trying to get in the same lobby with your friends through the Ubisoft launcher is one of the most complicated experiences I have ever had. You have to like stand on one foot, you know, and you have to like hold one arm kind of like at a 45-degree angle. The other has to be like interacting simultaneously with the mouse and the keyboard, right? And you've got to make sure that you've aligned, like you have to account for where you are on the globe, and you have to align your monitors in the same direction, like physically. It's just, I don't know, then you get in the same lobby and it's like, ah, well, you're in the same lobby, but you can't hear each other. Your mics aren't connecting. And you're like, what? And then to fix the mic, you have to leave the lobby to get to the menu. It's like, what is happening? Why? But once everyone's connected, hours of fun. So every time I'm offering that reassurance to people. Like, if you can just be patient, get in the lobby, we're gonna have a blast. You just have to get through this one part. Yep, that was one of the, yeah, that was, and you mentioned Warframe, I think. I remember was one of the games that you had mentioned. Warframe. At least I think. I actually have a really busy weekend. I'm just realizing that. It's fine. I'll get through it all. There's going to be like really high highs, and then there's going to be some really busy moments. But we're going to get through it. We're going to make it happen. We're going to brace. I want to learn how to do the thing. I don't know. Maybe someone in Twitch knows how to do it, actually. I want to learn how to do the thing where I can listen to some audio and like we hear it on stream, but when it saves the video, like the VOD or whatever, that the audio is not there. I want to work on that because I do enjoy lo-fi. I'm a big lo-fi fan, but I'm not always in the mood for lo-fi when we're talking. And I like the idea of playing some of the other stuff that I really like, you know. And there's so many good songs that have been built in that shared playlist. But anytime I upload those VODs, you can't hear any of the talking because of the copyright mutes and stuff. And then it defeats the purpose of uploading a VOD for like archival purposes if you can't hear it. I've got to work on that audio separation. It involves like multi-track audio settings in OBS. I just need to learn how to do it. But that's okay, we'll get there. Hey, no worries, Green King. No worries. Bum 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 bum. I was also world hopping the other day. I've noticed that I am largely as a product of taking a break from VR chat, right? I mean, it just happens. It happens when you take a break. You kind of like miss out on some of the modern, like new additions to the worlds that are really good and stuff. But I was just world hopping and finding all these worlds that I hadn't seen. And this is probably ancient news to everyone else. I had no idea there was this really cool jet ski map, and it's like you get on jet skis and race, and it has like power ups like Mario Kart and stuff. I had the time of my life. We did like 10 races there the other night, just casually with like a small group of 3, and it supports like 12 or something. I don't remember specifically how many, but I was like, what? How have I not heard of this map before? It's a blast, so definitely check it out. Hey, Dogman, how's it going? If we're talking about lo-fi, I recommend Summer's End, pretty chill album. Who's it by? Summer's End. Who's it by? Or is it like a compilation style album? What's the new Redeem do? So currently I can't hear notifications because there's some sort of a bug that I didn't catch before I went live, so I can't hear. But there's the boo is you all will hear it, I won't hear it, but it's the voices of everyone from Stream Team overlaid multiple times booing. So that was a very popular redeem that used to happen. It's old, but there was a lot of requests to bring it back. So it's a couple of seconds, it costs a few channel points, and it's just like boo, and it's like booing me to keep me, in line and check if I have a bad opinion. It was used a lot when I used to play games because I'm so bad at games, so I'd make a mistake and everyone would just boo repeatedly. And then there's the Pokemon battle, which can be redeemed once per stream. It's already been redeemed. It's about a 50-second commercial where I see that someone thinking it should be booing now. The Pokemon battle is a little quick commercial. So I used to do like skits in VR and then out of VR as well, using like After Effects and things. And I would put together these little quick skits, and they were like commercial breaks. So for me, it was a chance to rest my voice. For you all, a chance to not just hear me running my mouth, and to show off like a little bit of very weak After Effects skills. And yeah, that's what those are for. So yeah, welcome back, Silent Princess. Yeah, I remember that you had changed the name previously. How you doing? Is it Narpy? Narpy. I don't know if I've heard of Narpy. Are they pretty good? I feel like a stream and weeby fishing has got to be, or web fishing. I always say weeby fishing. I don't know because I think of multiplayer, but I don't know which way you're supposed to say it. But I think that's such a good pair, like a stream on one monitor or in the background, hanging out with friends, fishing on the other. I've really been into the VRC fishing worlds lately. Same thing. You just sit there having good conversation. You're just kind of passively reeling in a fish, Oh, really? So they're like a VTuber and a music producer. That's incredible. That's pretty cool. The Pokemon battle? Yeah. The Pokemon battle is I might show it to you at the end of stream. I don't want to keep running it over and over because, like I said, it was already purchased, but yep. Yeah, fishing worlds are really good. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else does. I do not use the music app on the phone. So. Did you ever play Final Fantasy XIV, the MMORPG? Did you do the fishing job there? RuneScape fishing? Minecraft fishing? I didn't know Project Zomboid had fish. Sounds like fun. Good luck rebuilding the playlist. I would say grab all the Wii Sports music. That's upbeat. Wii Sports. That's what you need. Actually, Green King, are you still here? It's been right like the 2-hour mark. Yeah, it is, Vicky. I'll show off the Pokemon redeem. This is a freebie. Normally folks have to pay channel point. You gotta pay big channel points for this normally. So this is a freebie. This one's a freebie, okay? Let's see. I gotta open this. All right. So this is what happens if you hit the, and it can only be done once per stream normally. That way that it's not just over and over and over, because it is like a little block of time, like 45 seconds or so. And I don't want that to be like all we do. But anyway, enjoy or judge it harshly. Be a critic. Okay, there you go. That was the freebie. That was the, since you asked, that was the freebie. And part of the reason I'm showing it off more freely right now is because Hotch, the person who made the previous version of the sprite for me, was like stopping by stream, and he's like, "Oh, like you're not using the old stream avatar that you used to use." He's like, "Should we update your sprite for your Pokemon battle?" I was like, "What? That would be so cool!" So he updated the sprite for that, and he generated the cool new sprite for Twitch chat for you all, which is so nice. It's got like the lines of text, and then it says like the Twitch chat on the side. Such a cool thing. So then he made the sprites, and then I took them and threw them into the like After Effects and sort of worked out some of the things, spacing and everything, and got that kind of, you know, C tier Pokemon battle out for you all. So, yep. I do die every time. Also, why are you still highlighting the oohs? That is kind of how my streams go, though. It's like, I love the, like, my two options are do nothing and cry. It's kind of just my expertise, you know? But I don't know if you noticed, they're both at, like, 0 out of 30 remaining. Do nothing is moveset lazy. Cry is moveset pity. There's a lot of good little, like, inside jokes there. Yeah, I haven't played much Pokemon since we did do the, was it Hey You, Let's Go Pikachu? I don't remember. There was the Eevee Pikachu pairing. I did the Pikachu one on stream, which is like a recreation of Red, essentially, right? Or I guess Yellow, more specifically. But yeah, Let's Go, because Hey You was one where you had the mic and you would talk to Pikachu. Let's Go was, yeah, we did that, but yeah, I haven't really played it in a long time, so I don't know all the good soundtracks anymore. And I haven't played Arceus or Scarlet and Violet at all, so. Octo, how's it going? Were you pleased with the direct? Why is everyone ooh-wooing now? What is happening? The oohs, okay, the redeems are in progress. They take time. They take time. They take time. You gotta be patient. Remember, this is I just kind of hop on here after work and, you know, shoot the breeze with you all for a few hours, and then we call it. No, I don't know what that means, Octo. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying. Something about 4. Oh, Splatoon. I didn't know that WOOMY was Splatoon. Where was Splatoon on the games that are gonna have like the remastered or whatever list? I know like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and a lot of those games were. Was Breath of the Wild also, or sorry, was Splatoon on the list of things that are gonna get like a 4K texture upgrade and the FPS upgrade? I don't remember if that was on the list or not, because that would be cool. I imagine like a higher FPS for Splatoon would probably be really good, because I know like at high level competitive play, frames probably matter. Splatoon players are incredible to watch when they're like really up there in skill, you know? It's also a fun casual game, but yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I agree that it's unfortunate it wasn't released. My question was, are they doing a remastered of 3? I watched the direct. I caught that there wasn't a 4. Sure they'll make it? Yeah, I'm sure they will too. I am sure that they will remake it, but because I imagine to prolong the shelf life of it, why not do a remaster of it as like that Switch 2 remaster or the Switch 2 edition that they're doing for some games? That would be cool. Just the smoother frames. It's more of a summer title? Yeah, I was surprised not to see a Smash update. I will say, more than Splatoon, I was really like Mario Kart, of course. Mario Kart is a system seller. Someone was pushing back against me on that the other day. They're like, Mario Kart's not a system seller. It's like, are you kidding? Yes, it like Mario Kart drives the selling of the console. It's why it's the most commonly paired Nintendo title with the system now. It's so much fun. It's got online party mode that like actually works. It's all the character stuff. There's unlockables. There's tons of replayability. Yes, Mario Kart is a system seller. Yeah, I'm also gonna get the bundle. You'll save like $30 on it too if you go with the bundle. Great, it's a great option. But yeah, I was surprised not to see Smash in the lineup, or like a mainstream Mario title. I mean, aside from Kart, I was a little less. I don't know. And see, I'm kind of the opposite of you on that, Octo. I would not like. Honestly, I have no real interest in like a Splatoon game at all because PvP is kind of taxing and dull to me, and I enjoy those like fun single player, even like an open world experience. There's tons of hours to put in that, tons of replayability. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, I would prefer a more linear Zelda game for sure to an open world, but single player experiences are fun for me. So I left the direct feeling like optimistic and happy for the release, but I was curious why there weren't. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen like a little bit more, but I'm sure there'll be more directs that address a little bit more of it as we go. Hardware wise, it seems great. I was glad to see a cooling fan built into the dock, especially if it's pushing 4K or 120 frames, because that's gonna need some extra hardware and some love there. So yeah, the Metroid Prime game looks pretty good. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was struggling on the current iteration, so. But I don't know. I think that this goes back to a conversation we were having earlier, Octo, at the beginning of stream, like about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? So like I am completely burnt out on superhero movies and haven't watched them since Civil War. Like when people are like, "Oh, a new Marvel movie's coming out," I'm like, eh. Like didn't want to know. Like I'm excited for people who are excited, but I will not be going to the theater to watch it, right? Like I have total burnout on it. But clearly the formula works. They make tons of money. The movies are constantly grossing more and more and more, and they're very profitable, and people are excited. And I think as long as Zelda fans continue to be excited for the open world experience, and as long as it continues to be profitable, I doubt they'll deviate from it, because it is selling, and it's selling really well. Money talks, money talks. So I suspect that it will continue to sell open world until people are not buying it anymore. Juice, how's it going? It is a daspra, and it's a Juice. How are you? It's good to see you, Juice. Green King, is that a hyper beam? That's wild. Yeah, I'll have to see more about that. The DK game. It was interesting, but I really like... I'm a big platformer person. Like, I like platformer style, and for me, when I think DK, I think of like the Super Nintendo era platformer. That was really my introduction. Was that my introduction to platforming? I think it was. The Donkey Kong games. And I just, I have a love for that like 2D side scroller platformer element, and so anytime that they kind of deviate, it's like Donkey Kong 64. I had a very complicated relationship with that game, and that's just me being old and stuck in my ways, and I know that, like, and no one at Nintendo is going, well, we should call daspra and see like what this Nintendo game needs to be successful. No one cares what my opinion is, right? Like, it is just one consumer's opinion in a sea of opinions. So like, by no means do I think I'm like a critic or anything. I'm just like, I like my 2D side scroller, platformer style. Monster House? What is Monster House? That's been the biggest piece of feedback about the Direct, like negative criticism that I have kind of agreed with. I would have liked to have seen like a little bit more first party, even if it was just like, these things are in development. If it was just like a 30-second teaser, if it was entirely out of game footage, just like trailer style footage, and just a coming 2027, like those things would have been great to see. Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of left, because for me, what sells Nintendo is their first party. Like that's what I respond to really well. Most of I don't buy Xboxes and I don't buy PlayStations and stuff anymore, because I can get access to those games. Like, a lot of Sony games are no longer like Sony exclusives. We're moving to this like one ecosystem where you can play games on Xbox and PC, and some Sony games are even making their way over, but Nintendo is still kind of like its own thing, and there's a lot of reasons that that's true. I think a lot of it has to do with like the age range that they still kind of target with their first party. So, but I just love their games. They're so good. Yep, exactly. Vicky, if a game is on PC, I'm not going to go buy an Xbox to play Grand Theft Auto. Even if it's like, well, the PC release will be 2 months later. That's okay. I'll wait 2 months. Yeah, I don't think that, I would be surprised if another Xbox even gets produced. I feel like they're just entirely moving to making their money off of that like subscription service, where you can just buy, pay a subscription service and play their game library like on Steam or whatever, like not on Steam, sorry, on your PC or on your console. They should really hone in on that sort of a thing, but I don't know. Ooh, Scar. Hello, Scar. Thanks for the 45 months. That may be the highest number. I'm not sure. I think that one is one of the highest, if not the highest. 45 months. Let's see what wisdom Scar is dropping. Hot Pockets got rid of the crisper pocket, so wouldn't that just make them hots? What? What? Is this a joke, or did they get rid of the pocket? Is it just, you just buy like a package of soggy meat guts? Like, they got rid of the pocket? Why? I think they want to do an Xbox handheld like the Steam Deck. What is so fascinating? I remember when the Switch was coming out originally, okay? To bring this full circle. Everyone, because let's be honest, Nintendo tends to be like the company that will innovate and try different things. And sometimes that slaps them in the face. There have been some examples where it has just flopped and they have lost their asses on some things. But also, they often try things that end up being industry standards. The fact that everyone is moving to this portability, take my system on the go, you know, I mean, everyone wants to be like, oh, Nintendo's stuck in the past. Then why is every company now trying to make a copy of a Switch? Oh, you can dock this thing. We call it a dock. It's our terminology. And then you can pick it up and seamlessly move your game from your TV to your... It's like, who's done that before? Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that that's the direction, because I remember the feedback when people saw the specs on the Switch originally. That's not going to sell, not with modern gaming standards. People have expectations about graphics and hardware and and everyone was comparing, you know, this is a whole generation behind. But I mean, people appreciate the portability. They saw a need in the market that wasn't being met, and they kind of met it. And like, same thing, the Steam Deck. I love my Steam Deck. It's great for like when I'm laying in bed and want to play something, and I'm like, okay, I'll just, you know, catch up on my sort of outdated game library that I've had these games purchased forever and haven't had a chance to play. If I'm traveling, if I'm visiting family, I don't have to pack up a whole console or my PC. I can take my Switch or my Steam Deck, or, you know, I'm never like, well, let me pack up an Xbox 360 and, you know, take this home. It just doesn't happen. Which means that I end up with more playtime on those mobile devices, even if they have slightly worse hardware. I don't know. They did well on that time. They've also messed up a lot. Packet of goo. You just heat up the goo and then just... I won't make all those things. But hey, Feline, how's it going? Good to see you. Sorry, I was on a soapbox. I'm sorry, I fell behind on chat. No, yeah, the only reason the Hot Pockets were good was because of the Pocket. Yes. Like the time they invested in VR, the other time they invested in VR. Yep, Scar. Or like when the Wii U, that kind of, you know, I liked the Wii U, but objectively it flopped. Like it was not a good thing for them from like a financial or business perspective. Some strong titles on it though. Actually, in the Direct, they announced that the GameCube library is coming to their like, you know, subscription thing. That's exciting. There were some cool titles there as well. Wind Waker is coming back. So, yeah, AMD, they kind of also helped with you're right, their hardware. And just the jumps in hardware in general has really come a long way. And the other time they invested, DS was peak. I liked the DS. I really liked the 3DS, though. Like, the 3DS was kind of like my favorite handheld for a long time. Yeah, they don't always want to pay for graphics. There's only so much graphic fidelity that we can appreciate, especially as I get older. My eyes, I don't know. Sometimes I like a vibrant, simple, cel-shaded game over something where it's like, look at this, look at these 2 pixels that are like a blade of grass in the distant. And I'm like, what? Like wiggling my glasses. I'm like, huh? I don't see it. So there's definitely diminishing returns when it comes to graphics, for sure. Wonder why Nintendo hasn't released any old Pokemon games. I was curious about that too. I was going through the like their online stores where you can play like NES, SNES, Game Boy stuff. I feel like they're waiting for some kind of like a massive release where they're gonna be like, all Pokemon games are now available here in this one-stop shop for a subscription. Like I feel like that's probably what they're trying to do. And if they do that, what they need to do is like pull in like the National Dex system where you can like link everything and like have this. They could really do a lot if they had like one app that housed all the games, the National Dex, like, and just had this one-stop shop. That would be incredible. People would love that. And then they could come up with a system for like shiny hunting. They could go wild with it. Yeah, Vicky, even gaming laptops, like you're saying, they've come such a long way. I know you were focused. I was. I get focused, laser focused. Wojo, how's it going? It's been 85 million years. Actually, I know it's not Tuesday. That's why it says Thursday, ? Talks. How are you? How have you been? Yeah, the Wii U definitely had strong titles. It was just their marketing was a little off on that for sure. Stylized. I love a good stylized game. And I really appreciate like solid indie titles. I don't always want a AAA experience. For me, a story, like at my point in life now, a story can do so much more than top of the line graphics for me, which is interesting. The Lego Batman game, the Lego games, Green King. It's so funny that you mentioned that. They're kind of fun. I enjoy them. I like the little like cutesy humor. It's the kind of game where if I'm like in between things during my day, I can sit down and beat like a level. And I'm like, okay, that was fun. And I set it down and I go about my life. And I don't have to be tied in. I don't have to, sit there forever. If someone comes over, they can pick up a controller and just jump right in. And it's just like, this is couch gaming. This is fun. Couch co-op. Oh, yeah. I should have read ahead. Feline's on the same page. Ori and the Blind Forest is such a good game. It is so much fun. I love it. And I love platformers, but the art, the music, the gameplay, everything about that game, it just is phenomenal. I'm doing great. How are you, Juice? I'm doing great. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a little cough there. Yep. I'm late. I missed last stream, and I dared be late. Amber, it's totally fine. I started the stream late. So if I was late and you were late, then that means that we're both on time. How are you? It's so good to see you. It's okay if you miss it. You know how it is. These streams will always be here. I promise. They might only be once a month, but they'll be here. There'll be another one day. You just gotta wait. How are you? How's the family? How are the folks? How are the cats? How's life? I hope it's all good things, Sorry, y'all. I'm so behind on chat right now. I'm getting caught up though. Ori was phenomenal, yes. Also, Crazy, how's it going? Good to see you again. What's up? Not too much. We're just talking about games and all the fun there. How are you? And is it Anna Clava? Anna Clava, did I get that right? I hope I got your name. I'm sorry if I messed up. Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Lurkers welcome, but also we're talking about video games and news, but we also just, if you have a conversation topic, feel free to throw it out there. It's kind of just a very casual, organic flow around here. That's how we do things. So, Spiritfarer, lovely game. Little Kitty Big City, so much fun. Little Gator game, terrific. Yes. Also, the expansion to that, or the new game, I'm so excited. Didn't see the title? It's no worries. Saw you were live, said VR chat. Yeah, I know. My schedule is so, precise in terms of, I will stream this on Tuesdays and this on Thursdays, that sometimes it doesn't work for folks if they have a conflict in their schedule at the same time. So, but it's, always getting ready for work. Trying to move, just finance to car. Ooh, making those big adult moves, big adult decisions. Car stuff stresses me out. I hope it went better for you than, I hope it went better for you. The whole time I'm at a car dealership, I'm just like, oh, I'd rather be anywhere else but here. Oh, that Hyper Beam got me. That's a good one. Building a Lego Technic race car and forgot a step. Oh, you're gonna have to take it all the way apart. How many hours or how much time do you have invested in it, Juice? New drawing tablet? Working on your first new piece. I'm sorry you couldn't find it, but working on your first new piece in years is so exciting. How's daspra? He is doing great. Yeah, his recovery has gone really terrific. He's scheduled to be back at work sometime mid-April. They just wanted to make sure he had plenty of recovery time, but he's moving about. He's walking faster than me again, which, I mean, not a big accomplishment, but, he's moving. So, yeah, he's doing really great. Thanks for asking. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Crazy. Also, that's that stare is wild. I got the name right. Perfect. It's a pleasure to meet you, Anaklava. Hope you're doing well. When are we getting to the food talk? I mean, we've kind of been bouncing around it, you know. It did not go well. The cars. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. How do you feel about? Oh wait, speaking of, so I actually have not played Silksong or any of. I have forgotten what series that's from. I have not touched that series. Is that the Undertale like side like the parallel Undertale story? That's what that is, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I haven't played either of those. Which is kind of, it's probably a game I should check out. Because I do love like story intense, oh my gosh, One Shot. Oh, touched my heart. I cried. I sobbed. And I've heard that like Silksong and those games are similar. I don't know. In terms of like how the feelings that they're able to evoke. So didn't have to go too far back. Okay, that's good. Yeah, Amber, me too. I'm so relieved to hear it. So, wait, okay. So Vicky got the XP pin Deco Pro Gen 2. I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. Amber, what did you get? What'd you get, Amber? Like the Nanachi model. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. So the base is the Rantachi like version 3 base, and then like the hair and other assets are like, you know, I can't remember all the specific asset creators, but it's like, you know, I pulled together like all these bits and bops, and then I had one friend Chill kind of help put it all together, and so because I'm not very good at the avatar stuff, but he put it all together, and then I had another friend who's in chat, Vicky Beaver, who is a phenomenal avatar texturist. I think that's how Vicky describes it. Like you do texture but anyway, brought like all the amazing colors and things to life for me, and I can actually cycle and do all sorts of different things. And there's like incredible detail. I like in the eye. There's like reflections of planets and stuff. And also all these friends were involved in bringing this thing together, and so it means a lot to me. Not only because I really like the avatar, but also all these friends had like a part in bringing it to life. So sorry, I get excited when I get to tell that story. Do you use a Nanachi as well, or are you just a big fan of the Nanachi? Just curious. Easy to outwalk you. You got little legs. I mean, it's true. That was yep. Mm-hmm. Oh no, Wojo. I am so sorry. I hope that they didn't overcharge or, you know, do any scummy practices. Ugh. I haven't played Small Saga yet. I need to. Also, Headless, how are you? It's so good to see you. I know. I was talking about this earlier on stream though. I'm kind of in this weird relationship with gaming right now. Little story games and like cute things, they hit me in the heart. They make me happy. I'm always happy after I play them. But often when I come in from work, when I'm like, okay, what am I going to do today? You know what I mean? That feeling where you're like, what am I going to do now that work's done? Gaming's usually like at the bottom of my list these days. Like, I'd rather read this book, or I'd rather prep this D&D material, or, you know, let me get in VR chat and like socialize. I'm very rarely reaching for the games these days. So it's kind of, I don't know. Ori and the Blind Forest, very emotional. Yes. Art is gorgeous. You have Nanachi too? Do you remember which base and stuff? Sorry, I almost lost my tracking there. Nanachi for Gremlin mode? Yes, they have Gremlin energy, don't they? More mommy models normally though. There are so many phenomenal avatars. Like, it is almost an unlimited sea of possibility, and someone with like a really creative eye can just do all kinds of stuff. So yeah. I'm glad to see some love for Nanachi. There was a period of time where, because I was sticking with Nanachi for a long time, and there was a period of time where folks were like, that avatar is old. You gotta tried this other cool thing, and I was like, but the Nanaji. Green King, the robot. Seeing me there in the fallback robot for sure. Yeah. Obsessed with my avatar? Oh, thank you so much. Like I said, all the credit goes to Chill for putting it together, for Rantis, I think is who makes the Rantis G base, and then, of course, to the original, I don't remember the person who came up with Made in Abyss, like, for the original character design of Nanachi, right? Like, and then Vicky for all the amazing texture work. No, I'll get it eventually, Headless. I'll get it. Don't worry. Because what happens, sometimes people mean really well and they'll purchase a game for me, but then I'm not in a gaming headspace for a while, and then I feel bad. And I'm like, I know you bought this for me. I haven't got around to playing it. I'm sorry. So I promise I'll get it. Getting close to 1,000 followers. Will daspra have a special event celebration? I will be 100% honest. I haven't really thought about it. I don't know. I probably should. I have given it zero thought. I didn't realize that we were getting close, to be honest. Because I stream so infrequently and casually, and I don't watch the numbers a ton. I just love hanging out and chatting, and so I probably should start putting some thought into that in case we do get there. Because we've had courtesy of Amy's raids and a couple of other folks, we've seen some growth that was a little unexpected and appreciated, but unexpected all the same. And so I'm like, that number is a little closer than it once was. I'm so far behind though. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Do you have any suggestions? Extra long stream. Oh, extra long stream would be terrifying. Also, DJ, how's it going? Hello. Good to see you. Welcome in. Been an hour with no power. Sydney, please stay safe. Out of the tornado watch. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that has passed. So, the car was up for recall. Didn't say anything. Had to get it fixed. Fluids and filters. Need it replacing. One of the plates might be dirty when rim. Overdrew the car. What? That does sound like a nightmare. I am so sorry that y'all have been dealing with that, Wojo. That is, that's exactly what stresses me out about shopping for cars. Oh yeah. Okay. So since Vicky's mentioning it, and since we're talking about the avatar, there's different colors. There's different colors, right? So the blue, which is the streaming mode and how you see me probably 80% of the time. There's this kind of pink iteration, which is really cute. Each of them also have unique eye design and unique coloration. And they've got stuff on the back. Each one is different in its own way. There's this one that has this burnt orange coloration, and then like a aqua teal kind of base. This one is really fun. Also unique eye work. In each of them are kind of different moods and vibes and stuff. And then this purple, which this is probably the second most common used. This purple one is really nice. It's a really light purple, and then a peach kind of tone. Again, unique eye work, everything. And so I can just cycle between them on the fly. I love it. It's amazing. So let's see. Let me get caught up on. I'm gonna focus on getting caught up on chat because I'm really behind right now. So sorry. I still have a pic of when you made a version of this avatar as a fallback. Yeah, the fallback one. It was. I need to have a version made that is Quest compatible. That's just because I have some features that I can toggle on and off. I need to just have the default settings and make a Quest compatible. Karaoke dance stream is not happening. Sorry, Headless. No one wants to hear me sing, and no one wants to watch me dance. That would be unfortunate for all of us. I appreciate the suggestion, but no. 1,000 followers, what a trip! I know. Yeah, I'm grateful to everyone, and like I said, because I'm very much just a hobbyist. I have no misconception that I'm a professional, and I half my streams are broken, and they start late, and I cancel a bunch of them. So I am very appreciative of everyone that swings by and says hi. So. They were all based on the original Nanachi of the Lexi. Yes, the Lexichi. Yep, you're right. Another person to throw into. I forgot about the Lexichi. Mm-hmm. Wheel of Punishment. What is that? What is Wheel of Punishment? Oh, it would make the sound when the RPMs got high. I see. I was like, the rim's high. I was like, did they like put the wrong size rim tire? I was like, oh man, that's really bad. A hot sauce? Oh. I don't even like spicy mustard is like a little dangerous for me. You know what I mean? Like mayo is like a good day. Ranch, yeah, we're getting a little out there. Texas Pete, oof. A 24-hour stream would be tough. I don't know how folks do that. I have mad respect for those streamers who do that. Maybe if it was like a weekend where I had no other commitments and I could rest before and set aside time, but like the thought of doing a 24-hour stream like after a day of work, I'm just like, no way. But maybe. I mean, it is a special event. Maybe put in a little time off and celebrate. So I'm glad you're safe, Sydney. The purple's really good. Yeah. Vicky does great work though. Absolutely. Hey, Illy, it's good to see you again. Sorry, I'm really behind on chat, y'all. I'm almost caught up again, but I get on my soapboxes. You know how I am, so. But I hope you're doing well. I would definitely watch a karaoke and dance stream. Your pain is my lifeblood. I'm glad I can help out, Atlas. More about the vibe. That's fair, and I feel the same way. That's like when I think about like what I try to do here. You know, the streamers that I enjoy are usually the ones that just they aren't necessarily like the most technically proficient or whatever. They kind of just have a vibe, and I'm like, I can sit here and watch this passively while I'm playing a game or eating my dinner or just hang out, and I enjoy that. So that's yeah. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you? Sorry, I'm really behind, but I'm doing great, Illy. How are you? You can make a spin the wheel, and for every space do a challenge that chat picks out. Whew. What would the challenges be besides hot sauce? Yeah, I need mayo to stop. A 12-hour yap marathon. Do you think my voice would last that long? I worry about that. Try 24 hours. I mean, I could try it, I guess. Also, Zint, is it Zint the Hungarian chef? Did I get that right? Sorry, I just got to your message. I'm still behind. I'm almost caught up. But love your avatar. It's so cute. Thank you so much. I was just offering compliments out. Vicky in chat helped do the texture work, and another friend of mine, Chill, kind of helped bring it to life by doing like the blender work and stuff. And actually Mushy helped with the Unity side of things. Everyone has been. It's a special avatar for me because I love the design, and so many friends help bring it to life. So it has like all kinds of meaning and value. So I'm glad. It makes me happy when you all like it. So, but I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. I'll watch anything. Yes, Hudson, it is why I carry my soapbox around. I have to like look over there. I'm like, hey! Yeah, I would assume that I wouldn't sleep in a 24-hour stream. I don't think I'd. Yeah, you stay up. That's what I thought. You stay up for the 24. I have a strict bedtime. I'm at that age where if I don't get my sleep, I get grumpy. Are we having any streams next week? I hope to. I hope to do like my Tuesday, Thursday situation. So like this time Tuesday and this time Thursday. I know for some of you it's like a Monday, Wednesday, depending on time zones. But I hope to have both those streams next week. Cooking with Das. I'm not opposed to a cooking stream. I just have to figure out like the camera angles, and my desktop is pretty far from my kitchen and I don't want to move it. So, and I'm not prepared to show my face at all. So I'd have to be very cautious and make sure that I do that right. So I don't know. Your voice would be fine. I appreciate the vote of confidence. You all are more confident than I am in my ability to do this. So chat fills the spaces, and then we spin the. How do we determine how many spins there are? Just call me Zent. I can do that. Happy to do that. Just Zent. Did I get that part right? Zent? Headless. Not unless these are dire straits. And damn it, not at all. Not that. Not that word. You stayed up for 3.5 days? That's incredible. I could not do that. How in the world? Was it like a curiosity, or was there like a complication in your life where it like forced that? Or I mean, you don't have to share if it's personal, but that is terrifying. Like that's a long time to go without sleep. Not a. Ember, I appreciate the idea. I don't think. I've seen streamers that do the morph suit thing. I don't know if I want that to be my IRL debut in a morph suit. The maid outfit at 1,000 followers. It could be. I feel like the maid outfit is just a legend now. People have been asking for it forever, and I haven't delivered yet. Oh, this number of spins are up to me. Yeah, because if it's like 5, that would be not like that's not a very long. I don't know. You've given me something to think about. I'll be honest. Like I just have not given this a lot of thought up until now. So who knows? We could be on the way. If I would stream more regularly, then maybe we'd get there. My current like twice a month is I don't know if that's gonna. We're not really in the fast lane on it either. My schedule is just ridiculous. Cooking stream is their sly way of trying to get you to reveal. That's the thing I worry about. Like you have to make sure you don't have any reflections anywhere. Like you can't have like a reflective pot. You know, so people will be zooming in. They'll be like, oh look, I see. You know, I see a chin. It's like, yep. Go for bath time and then decide if tonight shall be pasta sauce or tacos. Ooh, my vote's tacos, but I'm not the one enjoying it. So, but enjoy bath time. Enjoy food. Thanks for stopping by, Vicky. You take care. Be safe. Just want to see how long you can stay up. That's yeah. Oh, I could do a morph suit and then just put my clothes on. That's a good idea. I was just thinking the morph suit. I was like, I don't know about all this. I probably would make a fire if I did a cooking stream. I am not the best chef. I will own my areas of growth. I have some skills. You know, I'm pretty good at using Google Calendar. It's a skill. I'm pretty good at eating food. Yep. Everything else, area of growth. Headless, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. If I get a maid outfit officially, that's the line to femboy. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I don't do that then. I could do like a really old man mask. Juicy, that's morph suit and old person mask. A fish mask? Wait, why a fish mask? Oh, there's an app there. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out post stream for sure. Yeah, that's like breathability in the morph suits. That's what I thought. In like breathing in general. Yeah. I'd be worried about that too. Juicy, I don't even want to know. We'll talk about it later. I'm struggling to imagine what you're talking about. So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm also like kind of in a. We were talking about this earlier as well at the beginning of stream. I'm kind of like in a. streaming like pivot, I guess. Because I used to be very structured with like Tuesdays were always a just chatting and Thursdays were always a retro game, and then for a while weekends were VR games, and I would kind of like schedule it in that way so that folks could show up for what they were interested in, and that worked really well. I enjoyed that. But like I said, lately video games are not like scratching that itch like they used to. It's not that they don't scratch the itch, it's more that I just don't have the itch anymore. I'm kind of like falling out of gaming a bit. Like I still get excited sometimes when I'm in the mood, but I'm not in the mood as often for gaming as I used to be. So I'm still trying to figure out how to pivot. Like for example, this week having 2 just chatting streams in a week, I was just like, I just really don't want to play a game. So yeah, I don't want to just play a game because it's like, oh, it's Thursday, I'm supposed to play a game. I want to be enjoying it, because otherwise it's like, if I'm not enjoying it, then I know that y'all aren't going to enjoy watching it, because I'm certain you're not watching me for skill. Like, you know, you're not watching me for tips and tricks on gameplay. That's for certain. So I got to figure out like how to make this pivot and sort of navigate whatever it is that we're doing around here. So I'll DM it. Sounds good. I'll look at it after stream. Do a 4-hour? Yeah, that would probably be what you'd have to do, right? You'd have to do like you have to build up, work on my endurance as if I were a distance runner. It's a good idea. It may not exist anymore. Ooh. Yeah, it is. It is harder to find like people who consistently do the just chatting. I also enjoy it, but you know, I sometimes every once in a while I'm like, oh, I want to show off this game and like talk about the game. Even when I'm doing, for folks who've been around and have seen some of my game stuff, like if I'm playing a game, it is basically background for chatting. I will often like pause the game and just focus on the conversation. So, you know, it's more like background noise than anything. So, but yeah, I appreciate a good just chatting style, like VTuber or VR chat streamer or anything like that. Doom: The Dark Ages. What is that? A new Doom game? Sorry, I'm not in the gaming news at all. Also, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna get your name wrong at first. I'm sorry. I apologize when I do. What? Oh, how do I say? Is it? Is it like Nalayog? Nalayog? Did I get your name right, or did I butcher it? I'm sorry if I mess it up. But hello, how are you? Sorry. I'm always... Did I get it right? Okay. Whew, I panicked. Also, Lord Kevin, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Okay, Nalayog. I like the name. I just got nervous. I was like, what if I mess this up? It's the new Doom game? Got you. Is it going to be... is it releasing like PC... modern consoles, all that, or is it console? Is it like a exclusive to anything? Yeah, me too. What Hudson, when folks are kind of like chatting and focused in and talking with people, and I love the back and forth. I always tell people, and again, the regulars who've sort of hung out with me for a few years now, they know that this is a line that I use a lot. Like, I only bring like a percentage of the just chatting experience. The stuff that's happening here is like just as important to a successful just chatting stream. And I totally believe that. And I think that like the viewers coming in and like talking and about their ideas, their perspectives, and then we kind of back and forth, that is what makes it so engaging. That's what makes for a good, because I can get up here and just say what I think and talk for a few hours, but if there's not like challenging of ideas and sharing of new thoughts and like that back and forth is what makes it fun and engaging, at least for me. So yeah, how's it going, Lord Kevin? I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Welcome in. I always tell folks like you know, lurking's totally fine. I keep late night hours for a lot of folks, so some people fall asleep here and that sort of thing. So jump in where you fit in. If you're a lurker, you're welcome. If you feel compelled to join in on conversation, you're also welcome. It's a no pressure kind of experience. So Also, Nilayog, thank you for the follow as well. Much appreciated. Can I follow you? Wait, can follow you? I have permission. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome to follow. Anyone's welcome to follow. And as for the like the general like vibe and rules around here, I always tell folks it's okay to bully me a little bit, like within reason. I can take it. I just ask that people be respectful to each other in the chat space, you know? So that's kind of what we shoot for. Don't be mean. Treat people with respect, and everybody will be good to go. Yeah, Headless, I am terrible with just in general. Okay, IRL daspra lore. I am terrible at pronouncing everything. I just struggle with like word pronunciation, and when I'm reading words, I always, once I hear things, I'm much more auditory when it comes to pronunciation. But when I am reading a name and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ruin this, and then I've had people be like, that is not how you say my name. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And it's why I end up shortening a lot of people's names as well. You'll catch me just kind of shortening to like things that I know I won't mess up on the fly. Yeah. Hey, no worries, Green King. I don't know how much I'll stick on after stream because I've got a house guest coming over the weekend, and I need to straighten up a bit because I mean the space isn't dirty, but it's not like presentation worthy. Do you know what I mean? I gotta strike that balance. Yeah, the little badges. Yeah, those are rupees from like Legend of Zelda. I like them too. And then I like the sub badges being like the dice. They're actually being redesigned. So the sub badges. I can take it. Tattoo. I'm gonna be honest as possible. Only understand a few words you're saying. I don't speak English. I'm from Argentina. Oh, my Spanish is not good. And it sounds like Southern American too. I know. Hola, me llamo daspra. Yep. Sorry. I very English. I am a very English, very American, Southern American sort of person. So I took some Spanish in school, but I'm not willing to butcher someone else's culture in an attempt to reproduce it, because that's what it would be. It would be a butchering of a culture. So, but it's lovely to meet you all the same. Off-lit name. Yeah, Headless. Names are tough, you know? Have a nice rest of stream, everyone. You too, Green King. Thanks for stopping by. Take care of yourself. Okay. So, to give you, as a reminder, the rundown, there won't be any streams this weekend. I've got a big work thing, and I also have a house guest coming in. So there won't be any streams this weekend. So the next one will probably be like the usually scheduled Tuesday Talks, just chatting sort of stream, which will be, I'll update the Twitch schedule later tonight and the schedule on Discord as well. But yeah, it's going to be Tuesday, 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. So be on the lookout for that. I'm trying to at least hit those streams, and I'm at a point right now where I've got a little more time. I'm just about caught up on work again, so I can hang out and have a good time. The only thing I know about English, I owe to watching English memes and Discord friends. And honestly, the internet and online friends, such a great way to learn another language. You can connect, you can have those day-to-day conversations. Sometimes that's better than like reading it out of a book, you know? What do you mean you have a life? I wouldn't say that. I work. I would not go so far as to say that I have a life. I have a job. Very different things. Well, tonight has been an absolute pleasure. I'm getting close to closing down stream because I'm very hungry. I get very, very hungry around this time because I had work earlier and then came in and just threw the headset on. So it's time for a meal. To all the new followers, there's been so many of you. Thank you so much for stopping in, dropping a follow, for spending a bit of time here. It means the world. I hope that you had a good time. I always enjoy meeting new folks and your contributions to the conversation. So the resubs, thank you everyone who subbed, resubbed, all that support, the bits. The channel point redemptions, I'm glad to see people are starting to engage with those again. I'm going to work on trying to add a few at a time every week, maybe have 1 or 2 new redeems in there for you all to pickle me with a little further, do a little casual streamer bullying. That's totally, we're down with that. So, but yeah, just thank you all for being here. We all have a finite amount of time. Where we spend it, who we spend it with, it says a lot. And so I appreciate even the folks who stop in and say hello and even for a couple of minutes. That means the world. So thank you. Yep, Discord does make it easier. I could see that. Nanachi eating ASMR stream? I don't know about that. Just thanks for stream. Thank you all for being here. Yes, absolutely. Let me get my OBS here so we can make the transition to signing off. So everyone, take care. Be safe. Be kind. And I'll see you next time, okay? Your avatar is cute. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.